To the Mail on Sunday, Leo. See what we do with this one. The test of a woman is to look down under.
Right, yeah. Well, that would be something that would solve a lot of problems in this day and age. But the women's rights campaigner, Posie Parker, is down in Australia from the eye. She's in the eye of the storm of trans culture war down under. There's a lot of words put together that don't really form a sentence. But yeah, she's basically down there. She's raising awareness of the sort of gender woo-woo cult that wants to transition children and put biological males in women's sport and put biological male rapists in women's prisons. And she's had threats to her safety. So she's got 7 bodyguards, and she's been called a Nazi because obviously. The trouble is, whenever you do something like this, you're going to attract a few nutters. And it happens on the left, you get, the Piers Corbyns and whoever coming along, and it happens on the right as well. So some people have come along and done, Nazi salutes, but, you occasionally get that at football matches. We don't say, oh, we're going to ban football. We just recognise that sometimes nutters turn up to events. So she's been unfairly lumped in with these Nazis. And also, it's got to the stage that New Zealand television actually blurred out her hand. She was playing with her zip while they were interviewing her. And so her hand went like that. And they said it was a far-right white supremacist hate symbol because she was doing that, which is like the OK symbol. But apparently it's a far-right symbol. But, I mean, it's not. It's just somebody playing with their zip.
That's not the main part of the story, is it? Somehow we've ended up on zips. So, yeah, it's the violence of the protest against her as well.
Yeah.
Has happened.
Yeah.
Lewis, get us back in the middle. How do we get 2 disparate groups who seem to think the worst of each other to actually come to some form of peace? Or are we never going to get that in this culture war?
I don't think we will, because we're in the midst of a war. In the midst of a war, you can't be all touchy-feely. I'm shocked that New Zealand and Australia actually had her come there. Okay, because I know she had a reputation of being like, in their mind, a horrible person. You say Corbyn is like an oddball, but he isn't an oddball. He represents Piers Corbyn, not Piers Corbyn, the other Corbyn. Which one?
I was talking about Piers Corbyn.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, the other one's not much better.
Yeah. I mean, how can people get back together again? This is one of those issues that people see things totally different. And I think it's like whether you see a duck or do you see a fish? Is that one of those etcher drawings?
Oh, yeah, like a rabbit or a...
Whatever those drawings are, where you can either see one or the other, but you can't see them at the same time.
Yeah. And is there a part of the effect, like the echo chamber-ness of it, that you end up thinking the worst of the group that you disagree with? Instead of thinking, oh, they have some issues that we could clarify, the echo chamber lets you believe they hate everything about this side. And both sides think that, so there's no way that they'll ever have any sort of useful discussion. That's why the protests are met with other violent protests. That's why things kick off, right, instead of actually being useful.
Here's why things kicked off in this situation. Because it involves men. Trans women who originally started as men, they have residual high testosterone. They're men. They're crazy. So of course, and this is why it's kind of been called an anti-woman event. But it isn't an anti-woman event. It's just men being men. It's like what's happened in France with the riots in France. It's mostly men who do these kind of manly.
Well, in Scotland as well, I've seen, trans activists. The trouble is, the trans activist side, I can understand from an ideological point of view, it'd be great if, people who identify as a woman can, have access to all these spaces. But then you've got people who are maliciously abusing the system to gain access to the spaces for bad reasons, such as Isla Graham, the male rapist who was sent to a female prison in Scotland. So you can't have this ideologically pure solution. It's a nonsense.
So you need to have a system that then works out how to stop the bad actors, which is why you need to talk rather than just hate the other side.
No, you just need like I've got an easy system, a hotness rule. If you're hot enough, if you're convincing enough, then you can go into the female prisons.
Would they just send you the photos, or would you have
probably
to
stand at the door?
Oh.
I assume the prison's got a door.
I mean, it's good. Everyone needs a hobby, but I'm not sure you'll get away with it.